Hello my people, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Blessing and I create beginner friendly sewing and pattern drafting tutorials. And in today's video, I'll be showing you how to draft a basic short skirt on pattern paper from start to finish before we transfer it to our fabric to sew. This is one of the most important patterns every beginner should learn because it serves as the foundation for so many other skirt styles. Before we begin drafting, let's quickly take the body measurements we'll be using. The 4 basic measurements you need are your round waist measurement, your round hip measurement, your waist to hip length, and your desired skirt length. Taking accurate body measurements is the first step to achieving a skirt that fits, not to rush it. Now, while taking your hip measurements, make sure you take the fullest part of your hip so you get the accurate body measurement. Then for your waist to hip point, you measure from wherever you want your skirt to start from. You measure from there to the fullest part of your hip by the side. And if you don't have the side hip, the fullest part of your butt at the back, that's where you take as your length. And then you can now proceed to take the desired length of your skirt. Wherever you want your skirt to stop, you take the length, be it above your knee or below your knee, because remember, this is a short skirt. Now that we have our measurement, let's begin with the front pattern. I'll start by drawing an horizontal line at the top of my pattern paper. This will serve as a starting line for me. After that, I'll go ahead to mark out my waist to hip length and then the length of my skirt. This skirt is going to have a 2 inches band, and I usually like to take out my band while drafting. So that is why from the starting line I drew, I minus the 2 inches before I went ahead to mark my waist to hip length and the length of my skirt. When you're done marking out your lines, you go ahead to divide your round waist measurement by 4. Whatever you get, you mark it out on the starting line, that is the horizontal line at the top. You do the same thing for your hip. You divide your hip measurement by 4 and you mark it out. Then for the hem of the skirt, what I usually do that works for me is whatever I get as my hip measurement, that is after dividing it by 4, I minus 1 inch, and that is what I use for the hem of my skirt. Let's say my hip measurements after dividing it by 4, it's 11. For the hem of my skirt, minus 1 inch from that 11, and whatever I get, which is 10, that is what I will use for the hem of my skirt to give it that slight curve at the hem. That is if you're sewing a pencil skirt, but if you want it straight, you can just maintain whatever measurement you used for your hip measurement. You can maintain it straight down to the hem of the skirt. I hope you understand. Then you mark out your lines, and that's basically all for the front. After that, you go ahead to mark out your dart. Now for the darts intake for your skirt, you're going to use your nipple to nipple measurement, your bust band. That is what you use for your dart. I'll attach a picture on how to take your nipple to nipple measurement so you can use it for your dart. But an average person uses 7 inches, and that 7 inches you divide it by 2, which is 3.5. You mark out 3.5. Now for the length of your dart in front, you use 4 inches so it doesn't come too down, gives an awkward fit in front. 4 inches is standard. After drawing a straight line, that is the width is 3.5 and the length is 4 inches. So at the upper part, you take out 1/2 inch on both sides to get your dart legs. After getting your dart legs, you connect them to your dart point, that is the length of the dart. You connect both dart legs to the dart point. And mind you, on this pattern we are drafting, we are not adding the seam allowance to the pattern. We are adding the seam allowance to the fabric. That is when we are cutting it on the fabric. That's when we're going to add whatever allowance we would want to add. So after drawing your dart legs, that's all for your front piece. You go ahead and cut it out and open it up to see how it comes out. Now that we are done with our front piece, we'll go ahead to draft our back piece. Process is basically the same, just that for your back piece, you're going to add 2 inches for your zipper allowance. After adding that 2 inches, you go ahead to draw your horizontal line at the top, which will serve as your start line, and then you mark out your waist to hip length and also the length of your skirt. So you're repeating the same process. Whatever you did for the front piece, you're repeating the same thing for the back piece. The only difference is you're adding 2 inches zipper allowance. As you can see in the video, you're adding 2 inches zipper allowance, and whatever measurement you're marking on your back piece, you're starting it from that 2 inches zipper allowance line. After marking out your measurement, as you can see in the video, on this zipper part we are going to do what we call butt contour. The essence of butt contour is to create room for your butt to sit properly in your skirt, avoiding flattering effect where by the time you end up wearing your skirt, your butt will be flat. But this butt contour creates extra room for your butt to sit and for the shape to come out properly. So to do this, at the upper part of your zipper allowance, that is your start line, you go in by 1/2 inch. That is immediately after that zipper line. As you can see me doing in the video, you go in by 1/2 inch, and at the hem of your skirt, you also go in with 1/2 inch. You're going in, you're not coming out. You go in with 1/2 inch and you connect everything to your hip point, that is your waist to hip length. You connect the 1/2 inches you took at the top and at the hem of your skirt, connect them to the hip length to get that curvy effect at the back. Please watch closely. This is the most important part of your back piece, and I would want you to watch closely so you don't miss it, because if you do, your skirt will not come out fitting properly at the back. After drawing out the lines, the next thing you want to do is to create a new zipper allowance. So from the new lines you drew on your back piece, you're going to go out by 2 inches. That way you're creating a zipper allowance, and it's not meant to be straight. It's meant to follow the curve shape you already have. At this point, we are not making use of the straight lines again. I hope you understand. I know this part is very complex and kind of complicated, but if you watch closely and listen carefully, I believe you're going to get it. Like I said, from the new curve line, you're going to go out by 2 inches to create a new zipper allowance, and that is what you're going to use to fix your zipper. And if you notice, you're already getting the curve shape at the back, and it looks like something that is actually going to accommodate your butt. If you've watched up to this point, please do well to like, share and subscribe so that whenever we post a new video, you get notified. Turn on your notification bell. After connecting my lines together, I went ahead to cut out my back piece. After cutting out my back piece, I imputed my darts. Now for the darts at the back, you're still going to maintain the same width, which is 3.5, but the depth or the length is going to be 5 inches. Mind you, as you're marking this dart, you're using your new line you drew. And like I said, on this pattern, we are not adding seam allowance. We're going to add our seam allowance on the fabric. After imputing the darts, that will be the end of this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching this video to the end, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll be transferring this pattern piece to our fabric and then sewing it with our lining. Please make sure you turn on your notification bell so that when I post that video, you get notified. See you in my next one. Bye.